Hi everyone, thanks for joining today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from some of the other videos that I have uploaded on our YouTube channel. We are actually going to try and do some origami today. So right here is an example of what we'll be making, and it is actually a little origami butterfly that you can make in multiple different colors afterwards, which I really do hope you do because these are a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. So let's get started. What I recommend for these kinds of crafts is thick paper. Now, I am using thin paper, but that's because I don't have thick paper in my house right now. But if you do have something a little bit thicker, I do suggest using that for this kind of craft. Also, for this particular origami shape here, the butterfly, you are going to want a perfect square. Now, it's really nice when you can buy pre-made, pre-cut and pre-made squares of paper with patterns on them. But if you don't have already pre-cut squares, you can just cut your own. And that's what I did, is I just cut a 5" by 5" square. So you can just use a ruler and trace a 5" by 5" square and use that instead if you can't find a pre-made cut square. Now with that, it's not going to be a perfect square if you personally cut it out. As you can see here, you can see some of the white lines coming from the bottom of my paper. That's why I do recommend you try and find paper that is the same color on both sides so that if this does happen, it's not noticeable. But like I said, if you get a pre-cut square that is already cut for you, you shouldn't have that problem. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to move your square so it looks like a diamond. And I'm actually going to fold one corner to the opposite corner. And when doing this, you want to be as exact as possible. And you want to have nice, clean lines. So you're going to want to press down hard on your lines when you go to fold. So you're going to open that up. You're going to flip it so that it looks like a diamond again, and you're going to do the same thing, corner to corner. Press nice and hard down on your fold. If I'm going too fast, please feel free to pause the video at any time. Okay. We're now going to open that up. So you should have two fold lines, something that looks like that. Now I'm going to flip it upside down like that. Now this time I'm going to fold sides to sides, okay? So not corner to corner, but side to side. Just like that. I'll try my best to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but hopefully by watching and following along very closely, you can do it yourself as well. So now that I've folded on one side, I'm going to flip it around like that and do the other side to the other side, just like that. Now, remember when we flipped over the piece of paper originally, before doing our side-to-side folds? What that does is it actually causes these two outer triangles here to want to fold inwards, while these ones here on the top and the bottom want to kind of stay on the outside. See, as I'm folding my top and my bottoms kind of want to go outwards like that. That's what we want. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take your side folds here, fold these guys together like that, and you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now you're left with a triangle, but if you open it up, you have your other sides which are tucked inside of your triangle. I'm really hoping that that part makes sense. Fold nice and straight like that. So now when you open it up, it should kind of look like this. You should have like a triangle that has kind of open sides like that. Next, you are going to flip your triangle over so that it's an upside down triangle, just like that. Now on the sides, you're going to take one of the sides here, so not both like that, not both. You're going to take one, fold it down. Now, this part is really essential. You're going to want to be careful when doing this part. So it's not going to go, you don't want to put it right on your fold line. You want it to stop just before your fold line, your center fold line, and see how the tip of my triangle here of my fold is hanging over. That's what we want, okay? So I'm gonna hold my triangle down and just press nice and hard so I get a nice clean fold. Okay, so it should look something like that. Okay, it's not quite at my center fold and it's hanging over a little bit. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, just like that, and press down really hard. So you should, so far, have something that looks like that. Now, you'll see behind these little wings here that there's a triangle behind it. So if I was to flip this over, I have a triangle, flip it over, there's wings. You're gonna actually flip this over and lift up the back part of your triangle that's on the back, and you're gonna wanna fold it up like that. So these two little wings should kind of stick out underneath. And what's really important is that this tip of the triangle hangs over top of your paper. So I don't want to do this. I don't want to fold it so that it touches the top like that. I want to fold it so that it goes over the top and press down really hard. So you want it to look like that. You want it to overhang a little bit on the top, just like that. As much as you can get it to overhang, the better. Now, with this little tip that's overhanging here, I'm actually going to fold it down over top. I'm pressing really hard right now, over top of the back here, like that. So that was our little triangle piece that was hanging over the top of my piece of paper, just like that. Now, if you're having a hard time getting it to stay, you can use a tiny piece of tape if you just want to secure it down, but it should be okay if you press hard enough. You can kind of bend your butterfly wings a little bit if you'd like. You can kind of at this point shape it however you'd like, and you are left with a super simple, quick origami butterfly. Just like that. Now, I hope this video was easy for you to follow along with. If you'd like to do this again, I would try and use different patterns, different colors, and make 5 or 6 of them if you'd like. These look really, really neat if you have a patterned piece of paper on both sides. That's important. And if you have a perfect square. So again, a perfect square and patterns on both sides. That way it looks really, really pretty once it's done. So I really encourage you to give these a try and send me some pictures once you're done. I'd love to see how they turned out. Tune in next week and hopefully there will be another origami video for you to follow along with.